What is going on, my favorite brothers and sisters? This is your favorite speedster here, and today we have finally gotten to the MW2 2022 beta review. And I know it's been a minute since like the beta ended, but I've had time to you really know get to it as much because I'm back in school, so the schedule's been kind of wonky lately, but nevertheless, we finally are here to talk about what I, think of the overall beta in the game that's going to be coming out within a week or two, maybe, I believe. Yeah, so I'm basically going to be spreading out my pros and cons, so I have my list right here. So without further ado, let's jump right into it, because I know you guys got stuff to do, and I got stuff to do. So let's keep it brief and keep it good. So let's do it. Okay, first up is the pros of the MW2 beta, and the first one is the weapons and gadgets and the gunsmith system overall. So far, I'm not too mad at the gunsmith system. I think it's pretty cool for what it is. Sure, there is some drawbacks, and we couldn't really unlock all the weapons, or couldn't really upgrade or customize some of the weapons in the beta, which is a letdown. But for what we got, it's not too bad, and I like the new receiver feature. In regards to it's basically an unpopular opinion. I know people don't really like it, but I think it's cool for what it is, where you can basically unlock weapons as you progress your weapon levels and stuff, so you can unlock attachments that you can use on other weapons. So the whole ordeal is pretty cool. And the new grenades, such as the drill charge, which is abused the hell out of in the beta, and the shock stick that can be a real help during matches, where you can just stun enemies and make them, discombobulate them basically. So it's a pretty nice change of pace. I've always admired the gunsmith system since 2019, as it was a change of pace and you can really customize it the way you want to make it more effective, varying up the game styles that many people have. So far can't really complain. Then next we have our kill streaks, which are pretty nice in this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some kill streaks return, such as the Wilson, the VTOL jet, gunship, all that. So yeah, the kill streaks are really pretty cool. I didn't get a chance to use all of them, which I will get to later in my next points and stuff. But the kill streaks are very nice and cool. The kill streaks that I use, such as the SAE, the Wilson, the VTOL jet, and those were, pretty game changers, especially when I got them from care packages, I believe. So those are nice tools to use if you're, basically switching up the game and getting an advantage, almost, if you have a good team, because sometimes that doesn't work, and you may get a team that doesn't know what to do once you get these kill streaks. And you can see in this gameplay here, this invasion gameplay, I got a chopper gunner, which was fun to use, really fun to use. Reminds me back in the day of the 2009 chopper gunner, except it doesn't really move, which is kind of a problem they need to fix, but it's whatever. Now, next on the list is the return of third-person game modes, which I am glad they brought this back, dude. I have not had so much fun on this game mode in a long time, dude. This is really where it's at. It reminds me so much of back in the day in 2009, where I was running this with friends and stuff. So I'm glad they brought this back. It's a nice change of pace, and you have a little bit more advantage in this game, not including skill-based matchmaking and all that stuff, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, it's a real game changer in terms of having fun, what I'm saying, not as stressing as much, just basically just goofing around and just having fun, and trying different things, that you wouldn't do in first person. So I'm glad they returned this game mode and aspect back from 2009. I hope they do more with this. In terms of, I'm glad we'll look curious to see how this is used in games like Search and Destroy, as that'll probably I know people are gonna make a lot of content from that. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with this in the near future. So hopefully they keep it up. Speaking of returns, we finally have the return of dolphin diving, which we have not seen since Black Ops 2, dude. I'm glad they brought that back and incorporated it into sliding as well, and just the whole ordeal. I've literally been asking myself these past few years why they haven't brought that back, and it's they want to be generous this year, just bring that back. So I'm glad they brought that back for us to enjoy again. As I've been seeing some really funny clips or funny, gameplay of like people dolphin diving and just making funny moments in general with that. So I'm glad to see that back. And also I appreciate the new game modes that have been offered into this game, such as the new Rescue the Hostage game mode. That's a take on CSGO. The Invasion game mode, where it's like ground war, but it's kind of like the Battlefield Rush in a way, I believe, but I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoy these game modes. They've been really fun to play. And yeah, they change up the pace quite a bit, even though sometimes it's still a camp fest. Especially with the new Rescue the Hostage game mode, it's basically like search and destroy, but except it's with hostages. So, but I am very grateful that they added some new game modes. See, they added a lot of game modes in this beta, which is unheard of, because I remember, I think, like in 2019, there barely was any game modes, or like I think Cold War barely had it. So I'm glad they really upped up the ante for this game in terms of the variety and the options. So last but certainly not least, we have better maps for this section of the pros, and I'm so glad they updated the maps. They've upgraded it. The color palettes are more vibrant. The structure of the layout is not always 3-lane or like some big map that takes forever to navigate. It's just basically how the maps used to be. It offers variety. You got maps that are more shorter, that you can make more quick gunfights. You got some that have a little bit of range for you to use some of your battle rifles or snipers. So it's so glad to see that they've actually made much good improvements on these maps for people to actually use a different variety. Now sure, there's some people that still camp in buildings and stuff like that, which we'll touch upon later, I promise you, but I'm just very glad that the map selections are way more better than how they were in these previous Call of Duties, dude, because that was like really one of my main complaints with those games, is like they didn't really offer anything new or anything that engaged us players to move. So big ups to Infinity Ward for that, at least. And now we're going to move on to the cons. Now the first thing on my cons list is basically the same issues that's been resurfacing for the past year, such as footsteps. I mean, look at this. Now keep in mind that there was no UAV online during that clip, dude, and this dude happened to know where I was, dude. And that's the thing, the footstep audio, the whole audio in general is just so loud that dudes can literally know where I am at any given moment when I literally plant my foot on the ground. That is such a, I don't even know why this is still an issue, dude. I thought we fixed this already, but apparently not. Footsteps are just so loud and it's ridiculous. And not only the footsteps, there's also the issue with the minimap. It seems they went back to their old ways and making the minimap fucking difficult, dude. It's just let's call it what it is, dude. I don't understand why the minimap is worked around like this, where when people shoot, they don't give away their position, dude. Not only does this make people camp even more, but it makes them play so slow, and it's ridiculous, dude. I can't believe we're really still having these same issues as before, dude. I don't understand why. And then also, in same terms of the same issues resurfacing, is visibility, which I don't get. Cause why am I not able to differentiate my teammates and my enemies, dude? If we don't even have nameplates, why would you take away the nameplates of the enemies I'm trying to kill, dude? That literally just is counterproductive, which makes players camp even more. It's just the whole point of the game is to get you moving and trying to find your enemies, and them trying to be quote unquote realistic in this way is not really productive. to call it what it is, Call of Duty has always been an arcade shooter where there is always movement, encouraging people to move. Sure, there were campers before, but it has been escalated to a scale unlike before. And it's been the same way since the 2019 beta and launch, where they really doubled down on this mini map situation and visibility. It's really annoying, and it's taken them. It's about to be like 2 decades of Call of Duty, and they still have not gotten this right, dude. So it's they really need to fix it. But something tells me they won't, because they're sticking to their guns on this from what I've seen. But it needs to be fixed, dude, like tremendously. Next on the shit I do not like list is basically the perk system. It's not implemented well, in my opinion. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. And I'm pretty sure there's some who agree with me. But at first I was digging it. I was like, okay, this is something different. This is something that might, help. Turns out, as much as I like how long I've played this beta, it's not the case, dude. Like, this perk system does not really work well in terms of how it's implemented in the game and how people play. Because, for one, it takes a while for you to reach your ultimate perk. Sure, the 2 perks are in the beginning are fine. The bonus perk, whatever, but trying to get all the way to the ultimate perk is such a hassle, and it really works to your detriment in a way. Like, I really prefer the old perk system where you have 3 basic perks in each slot. Each have their own, in their own category, where it was like extreme conditioning, marathon, EOD, assassin, hardline, all that different stuff. Each, have their give and takes, making you sacrifice what your playstyle is. Giving variety. But this perk system package, in my opinion, does not really work well. And plus, I get it, they're trying to get everybody a fighting chance with the radar and like the whole perk system. You gotta wait until you get Ghost when you start getting more into the game. But once somebody gets a UAV and an advanced UAV, dude, it's over with. It literally is imbalanced. As people, once somebody gets a UAV, people really have to hide. People really have to basically play safe and stuff, instead of how the mini-map is supposed to be and how perk systems are supposed to be. I mean, it's supposed to get you moving, actually strategize what your next, steps are and stuff. So yeah, the perk system is not really implemented well. It needs to be really tweaked. Or you can keep the perk system, but you need to restore the mini-map to how it's supposed to be. Then maybe the perk system might be implemented well in a sense. But so far, it's not working, dude, and it's causing more people to not really play hard as they want to, and giving these casual players more an advantage to, camp or just play slow. Now, since we're all already on the invasion gameplay and stuff, I want to point out one thing in terms of my cons, is that the whole idea with AI players being included into multiplayer, and I've always been kind of skeptical of this because once again, it is counterproductive in terms of online gameplay, where if there's not enough players to fit a multiplayer lobby, you can just include AIs that are just as difficult and stuff. And to be honest, it doesn't really, these AIs are not really a challenge in my opinion, as AIs are not the same as human people playing a game. Sure, they can shoot their gun in a certain way or try to move in a certain way that's kind of reminiscent of a human player, but it doesn't really provide that challenge of going up against a whole lot of different people with different play styles, different strategies, different, whatever. And I just don't think multiplayer should include AIs into their game modes or just in general, because it really doesn't help the player improve as much. It makes you feel cheapened at the end of the day, as yeah, sure, we're going against these AIs that are just as hard as somebody on a controller or keyboard or whatever, but still you feel cheap, and it's okay, I killed this AI, but I don't really get anything in return. Whereas you kill an enemy player, you get more points to your kill streaks. You get more weapon progress. You get more, just you get more out of it. You get more of a challenge. You get more of some immersion within it because you're going against the people who are around your skill level or around, just stuff like that in general. So that's my little take on the whole AI players, and we're gonna basically move on from that. Moving on, we next have the issue with the UI display and how it glitches and stuff. And to be honest, I don't how the UI is displayed when you first load up the game. It's really weird. I don't know why they chose to do this horizontal type of display instead of the vertical that we're all used to. I mean, sure, the background as you see here looks pretty cool, but in terms of class setups of how you have to scroll sideways instead of up and down is kind of weird, and I'm pretty sure there's others who feel the same way. I don't know why they included this, but other than the UI display, there's times where sometimes in your kill streaks or even in game, in the pre-game lobbies, where your whole screen starts to flicker crazy, or stuff is stuck on your screen. You can't really get it off unless you navigate. It's just I don't know why they are so troubled with the UI. So I think they really need to fix that, which I'm pretty sure they will when the game launches. But it's just it's very telling, a few weeks before the game is coming out, that you can't even fix your UI. But I get it. There's bugs. I know it's hard as a developer to fix these problems sometimes, as they're unavoidable, but you would think at this point they would at least get it right, but I'm gonna give them grace for that. Next up, we have imbalanced gunfights, which is really irritating to me, especially in this game, because I can literally be putting whole clips into some of these enemies, right, and be even headshots too. And some reason, I don't know if my bullets are not registering or if I'm just bad, but these guys are just still alive after literally taking whole full clips of bullets, dude. Making it so imbalanced. I don't know what is up. If guns are bugged, just look at this clip. Bro, all those bullets and he still lived?
You're not funny.
And that's not even the worst part, dude. You want to makes it even more worse is that there's already hackers in the beta, dude. That is a big red flag. If you already have hackers and modders or whatever in your game, dude, that is a big red flag to many of us, dude. That especially since y'all rebranding, y'all have these ricocheted anti-cheat system, even though I think that's for Warzone, if I remember, but still, how do you have already hackers in your beta, dude? Make that make sense, dude. That lets me know that you just don't care that your game gets bugged or hacked, dude. That's a big problem. And you got all these studios working on this game as well. That is a big no. That is a big no. Now, the second to last thing I want to talk about before I get to the last point and wrapping up this video is, Lord and behold, skill-based matchmaking, dude. I don't know why. Still don't know why, dude. That these developers are so making it such a hard-on with skill-based matchmaking, dude. It's clearly, we have been debunking this since freaking 2019, dude. And it's people. These developers are still really set up on having skill-based matchmaking really prominent in this game. And the reasons they give for why skill-based matchmaking in the game is so freaking stupid. It's they really want to cater to these casual players when you're actually hurting these casual players in the process, dude. It's every time they try to do good, you're gonna put them against more people that are on their skill level or better. And it's why? Where is the point? You're just basically punishing those who are trying to get good. Whereas back in the day, where it was mostly connection-based matchmaking, you got more and more breathing room to at least encounter people who have not played the game before, or get a bit of a mix-up instead of just always relying on the skill-based matchmaking, dude. And it's just not it's not a productive way to play, dude. People do not want to sweat every 24/7 against people who want to be MLG pros, dude. It's like, we need to like get this out the game severely, dude, or just dumb it down or put it in only ranked playlists, basically. Don't put it in casual game modes. Don't put it in the casual multiplayer, dude. Save that for some like competitive game modes that actually give you a challenge and reward you for playing in that type of setting. But just the skill-based matchmaking is so horrendous, dude, and it makes it hard for players to get challenges done, hard for players to get kill streaks, score streaks, which I haven't touched upon. You can actually like convert kill streaks to score streaks, which is kind of cool to do. But yeah, it's hard to get those. It's just basically hard for people to actually get immersed in the game without having to like get fucking Johnny 420 on your ass, basically shooting you, gunning you down with UAVs, an advanced UAV, Juggernaut, gunship, all that stuff. This is like, it's not a way to play. This is not what Call of Duty was based upon, dude. This is supposed to be a more casual, fun experience for the players, both casual and hardcore, dude. And it's the fact that they still are so sentiment about having SBM in this game. It's just like, why, dude? You're really trying to put people at a disadvantage, and it's not really helping. It's not working, dude. And I really hope they consider that. But from what I've seen from like tweets and stuff, they're really doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down on the skill-based matchmaking, saying it's good for players, and we don't want players to feel, outed or want to get overwhelmed by hardcore players and stuff. And I'm just like, dude, that's the only way they will learn. It's not like, back in the day where it's connection-based matchmaking, people were always getting in sweaty lobbies. They still had time to like play, improve. Even they didn't even have disbanding lobbies, which this game is also sentiment about is disbanding lobbies. Even though I've heard they said they were gonna like fix that later on with the launch and stuff like that, but still, with the connection-based matchmaking and like this no disbanding lobby, people had time to like improve and get to know people, make friends, and actually just have fun in general, and while also trying to be better. So yeah, dude, like skill-based matchmaking either needs to be dumbed down or taken out the game entirely, dude, or save it for the ranked playlist, because it's not working and people are still upset that this is still a thing, dude. So heavily consider that if you're like watching Infinity Ward or whoever's watching this. Alright guys, the last thing we're going to leave off here on this video is basically the Infinity Ward, Treyarch, whoever these developers are that be making these Call of Duty games for the past 4 years or so, is them not really learning from them previous mistakes, or not learning from previous games in general. And I think somebody made it very clear that Call of Duty is going to be basically, I think 20 years, something like that. It's going to be like 2 decades of like Call of Duty or something like that, because I think Call of Duty started in 03 or 04. And, what I'm saying, for one, we have not gotten like a 20th anniversary or any type of anniversary, at least I don't know, in my common knowledge, but we have not gotten like a single like anniversary for like Call of Duty and like celebrate it in a way where people will actually rejoice and actually have a good time and stuff like that. And to see a game like MWII 2022, who has not learned from previous games, what made these games like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2 in 2009, or MW3, what made those games so great, interesting, and like unique. They are implementing hints of that, like with the third person, like I disclaimed earlier. But the fact that they still haven't, implemented other aspects of what made this game, what makes Call of Duty great as a franchise, is it's really puzzling to me, dude. And I grew up so much on Call of Duty back in the day, dude. When I was like first in elementary school, when I like saw trailers for like COD 4 or MW2, World at War, Black Ops 1, dude. I was invested because they were back in the day. They were actually trying to do something different and do something innovative, and actually cared about the community. Whereas today, they're just trying to do the bare minimum, and just basically trying to make money, in my opinion. I know that sounds harsh, but it's the truth, dude. Especially in this day and age, inflation and stuff. Like it's apparent that they don't really care as much as they did back in the day, and it's really hard. It's really disheartening to see as a franchise like Call of Duty just come so far, but hasn't really been able to keep up. And I really want them to, in the future forward, start actually listening to feedback from the community, dude, because they have been like so disingenuous with like what the community has said, especially with the feedback that they got after weekend 1 and them addressing what needs to be fixed and everything. They literally just said, yeah, no, we're not gonna change that much, dude. We're just gonna give you guys a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and we're not gonna just basically do what you guys are telling us to do. Like, we're the developer. I'm like, then what do you need a community feedback for, dude? If you're so set in your ways of releasing the game the way it is, dude, like, what is the point of it, dude? Because that's what a beta is supposed to be. You're supposed to get feedback to see how the game is, and we're literally the beta didn't even end that long ago, dude. Like, it was like a week or two ago when the beta ended, and we're literally near the launch date of COD, dude. COD MW2 2022, and I keep saying that, and it's so long, but it's whatever. I'm gonna call it COD 2022. But yeah, dude, it's really again really disheartening to see the Call of Duty in this state. I'm starting to see more and more of my friends starting to drift away from the COD series and like pick up other games that are more interesting, like Valorant, Apex, and stuff. Which I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at them, because we have come so far as a community. And to see us being neglected like this, it's really saying something. And until they start making the changes that we actually want as a community, what I'm saying, and stop catering to all these new casual players and like start respecting the hardcore players, we're not really gonna get anywhere in life, dude. We're not gonna get anywhere in this community, in this franchise, nowhere. So I really, really hope that change comes soon, and if not, then this might be the last COD video I will probably make, unless I get on IW4X and stuff. Then maybe that'll be different. But yeah, in terms of like mainstream, this will probably be the last one. Really quick, you guys, I just want to say thank you for watching the video, because I know this was a lengthy one. It's basically like 30 minutes or so. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching the video, and for all the love that you guys have been like showing me lately in terms of like the views. Recently, it's been like kind of skyrocketed a little bit, and like some people who have subscribed, who are appreciating the content, enjoying the content, dude. I literally do this for fun, dude. I love making these videos. I love making these like gameplays and these like little reviews on like games I like, games I want to discuss. So I wanted to say thank you guys so much for that. And it's been a grind lately, dude, because I've been like balancing this with school. I know I haven't been like uploading the way I want to, what I'm saying? Because again, school, then I'm trying to like intern at some places, trying to get like a job and stuff. So I just want to thank you guys for bearing with me through all of that. And so going forward, after this review, for one, I got a few announcements that I want to touch upon. One's going to be in the form of a video, so stay tuned for that. But secondly, we're going to still continue like with the Scythe Play series for sure, and also the Platinum Run series, because there's still like a little couple of games I want to platinum and stuff for the series and stuff like that. So please stay tuned for that. I think the next game I'm doing is, well, the game I'm doing right now is Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I'm gonna have those videos up for you guys. So then I think after that we're gonna play God of War and Sonic Frontiers, because for one, we're gonna be basically preparing for the God of War Ragnarok series, the new game that's coming out, God of War Ragnarok, and plus Sonic Frontiers that's coming out too. Now I'm basically gonna be playing like Sonic Frontiers first because I bought that game first, and I don't really have enough funds to get God of War Ragnarok right now. I mean, I might in a few days or so. It depends like how things go, but we're for sure gonna do those games first to like prepare for the sequels that are coming to those games. And yeah, again, we're gonna just keep doing more reviews and stuff. Even though the reviews really take quite a while to make. You know what I'm saying? Because like some of these reviews I gotta like write down, like type up like some parts that I need to like talk about, different sections I gotta edit. It's a whole little thing, but just give me time with those, and I promise you're gonna enjoy those for sure. And yeah, that's basically the main things that I wanted to announce. Is that those are coming. Those like kind of stuff is coming to you guys, and I might introduce some more stuff in the future. And for sure, I have like a lot of footage of like funny moments that I'm gonna be bringing back too. So I can't wait to show you guys that, because I know you guys have been getting a lot of commentary videos, gameplay videos that I haven't like made enough funny moments for you guys. So I'm for sure gonna bring those back for sure, because I got some funny ones that you guys might enjoy. But other than that, I want to say again, thank you. And I hope you guys really enjoy the content. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, dude. It's really free, dude, because I got so much content to drop for you guys for no charge. Just all you gotta do is just like and subscribe, and comment what you guys think of the MW2 beta. Do you guys like it? Do you guys still want to buy it? Are you guys like me, where you don't really want to buy it, or you want to like cancel your pre-orders? Because that's what I basically did. I canceled my pre-order for this game. I wasn't really in high hopes for it, but it's just like what I discussed earlier, like the bad outweighs the good. And so we're basically seeing the same thing with this game. But don't let my video deter you. If you guys still think there's hope for this game, kudos to you. You guys got a lot of optimism than me. And I had a lot of optimism for this game, but it seems that it's going in the wrong direction in my eyes. But yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching. And I got a juice. Peace.